No, your wall is 2 inches, in the wrong place.
I can't argue with that.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's out of control. Sorry, I had to get on my soapbox for a minute, but it inflames me when something so important in our sister county, in the city of Pensacola, and only 30% of the people get off their dead rear ends and vote. A lot of times, and I've laughed about this, I've often wanted the Pensacola News Journal and the Northwest Florida Daily News, the biggest publication, and along with the smaller ones, and Channel 3 and 5 and 10, a week before the election, I would like them all to run a story that the government will end your opportunity to vote. Well, everybody get all of it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And they get up.
Martha, lay the Nintendo down. We got to participate in government.
Yeah.
But until it personally affects you, until they come to your house to kill you, take what you have, you're gonna sit on your couch. Wake up, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a pathetic turnout in Pensacola.
Yes.
And they're going to. I hope they don't live to regret it. But every person.
Well, it'll take 100 years to change it because it took them 100 years to get it to a strong mayor.
Well, what happened was they got everybody who was on, I would call it the chamber group that wanted the strong mayor stuff passed. All those guys turned out. All those people turned out and voted.
Sure.
And so then you had the people that were too busy, like you said, too busy watching television, who, they just let somebody else change their
Right.
whole world around them.
Well, the fun now begins, okay? Because you'll get to see the flow of money, ladies and gentlemen, because money's what's going to drive this thing.
Yeah.
We will soon see how many wonderfully dedicated, caring people want to be the strong mayor now.
Oh yeah.
And where their political contributions come from.
Well, the strong mayor, and they're also all going to be bucking now for the city manager job because the mayor will appoint the city manager.
Understand that their current one could be, there'll be a whole lot of resumes that'll show up on that.
It's going to be a free for all, even I suspect in that mayoral race.
I don't know. Maybe Cindy would want to apply again over there.
Well, I think you're going to see the people who are, and some of them apparently don't live in the city. You have some people who are possibly lined up to be running who don't live, and I don't know how they're going to work that, but that's going to be interesting to see how that works out.
Well, and certainly the photograph in the election pamphlets with the people who didn't live in
who were voting yes,
who didn't live in the city of Pensacola, and
that was a newspaper ad. They pulled it though.
In the newspaper, did it ever run?
It ran once, and then we called and addressed it.
Well, I think it still needs to be addressed to the elections.
Well, see now
state elections office.
Now the next issue is going to be consolidating the city of Pensacola with the county government.
And see how interesting that is to me is we go through all this effort to change. It seemed like they got it completely backwards. We want to change the form of government in the city of Pensacola. And then we're going to talk about consolidating all of it, which means if you consolidate it, you got to change the form of government before. It seems like they should have had the consolidation vote first.
I don't think it matters, quite honestly. I went to one consolidation meeting. They haven't yet decided on the form of government. I'm predicting they're going to magically choose the same form of government that just got voted in. And in fact, they were waiting to see how that vote went. So I don't think there's going to be any conflict there.
Well,
it's more or less the same group of people.
There's more people that live in the county than live in the city.
Right.
And anybody, after I have personally, and so have you, looked at the finances of the city of Pensacola with a 98% burden, 98% of what they collect is going to retirement funds. There's nobody in their right mind that lives in the county is going to want to absorb the city of Pensacola into their finances.
Well, now they've written into the charter that they won't have to absorb the pensions. They specifically stated
so it just float around and.
Well, no, it's going to fall on the shoulders of the city of Pensacola residents, or the residents who are in there now. This is what they've said. I'm just telling you.
I don't see how you make that go.
I don't see how you can either, but they've said They said the county won't absorb that, and they won't absorb the Maritime Park payments.
Issue. Really?
This is what they've said. Now, part of the definition of those TIF districts where the Maritime Park bonds have been set,
Right.
part of the definition is it depends on who benefits as to who's subject to the TIF payments, and that I don't know if that will change in the future. I don't know
Right.
if they could legally find a way to change that, but
Right.
if they could find a way to change the definition of who benefits from that TIF district that's paying for those bonds, that could change.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got one we get change gears here for just a moment, and I want to say this. My comments regarding this have absolutely nothing to do with my opinion over the prayer case in Santa Rosa County. This has to do with, once again, open government,
Right.
accountable government, following the Sunshine Law, Chapter 119, Chapter 286. Pensacola News Journal had a recent story where the Christian educators and the Liberty Council had requested a great many emails from the Santa Rosa County School District. They had kind of a very large inclusive grouping of emails. And apparently there was a huge pushback by the Santa Rosa County School District. And I'm going to say it. I do not agree with what the school board is doing here. I think, to be quite honest with you, I believe once again my school district and the school district attorney, Paul Green, as far as I am concerned, this is my humble opinion, I believe he is one of the causes of getting us in trouble with the prayer issue to start out with. And now here he is again. He is still the attorney for the school district. Obviously he advised them to push back on this, and I'm just saying right now that if they don't get satisfaction in the near future, I'm going to get involved with it.
Well, I don't believe it's up to the school to make the distinction, we can't get it to you in 2 days, so therefore we're not going to fill the request. I think it's up to the school legally to just fill the request. And if Liberty Council doesn't get it in time to use it in the case, that's right. Their problem for filing too late. But the school is still legally required, or the school district to release it.
Here is an issue that we're learning. When you have a good custodian of records who keeps things organized, legal and private matters that need to be held separate, that do get exemptions on some items that are already organized and categorized, you don't have these kind of problems. So
right.
First and foremost, it is obvious to me that the school district maybe has not organized their required public stuff like they should. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're out of time. I'm Jerry Cooey.
I'm Deborah Nelson. Good night.